We've seen a lot of volatility in financial markets in the past 24 hours. We saw a strong finish to US stock markets last night, particularly on the tech-heavy Nasdaq 100, and the positivity was really added to, followed by the well-received quarterly update from Netflix. The gains seen in the US last night and overnight translated to a positive start here in Europe, but European stock markets are now in the red. The major European stock markets are all broadly down 0.3%. We've also seen a move to the downside in the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100. Why is this? Well, we're seeing a bit of increased tensions between Russia and the European Union. During the week, Gazprom, the Russian state-owned gas company, said it might not be able to fulfill all its commitments in terms of gas supplies from Russia to Europe this winter. So there are concerns over energy certainty, hence why we've seen weakness in European stock markets. Looking at the US dollar, well, we've seen a decent rebound in the US dollar index after 3 heavy days of losses, and in turn we've seen a move to the downside in euro dollar and also in pound dollar. Concerns about the health of the global economy are hanging over industrial metals such as silver, so silver is in the red, and also the rebound in the US dollar has also applied pressure to gold. The strong finish in the US last night helped the DE30 hit a 1-month high early this morning, but in the last few hours we've had renewed tensions between Russia and the European Union over energy security. During the week, Gazprom, the Russian state-owned gas company, said it might not be able to fulfill all of its supply requirements of gas to the European Union this winter, and seeing as over 50% of German gas imports come from Russia, there are concerns hanging over the health of the German economy. Even though we've seen a bit of a pullback in the DE30 in the last few hours, the DE30 is still comfortably above all 3 of these simple moving averages, and while it continues to hold above all 3 of these simple moving averages, it's likely the more medium-term upward trend will continue. If you do see a continuation rally in the DE30 from here, it might encounter resistance at this zone here of 13,673, and a break above that could see a target this region here of 14,046. Taking a look at the price action in the last few hours, we can see the DE30 lower. Looking at the MACD indicator, we can see that there's been a steady decline in positive momentum, indicating the bulls are no longer as influential as they once were. The RSI has been moving lower as well, indicating the price bias is to the downside. If we do see a continuation of the short-term downward move in the DE30, it might fight support from this simple moving average here, which comes into play at 13,074, and a break below that could see an encounter support from this simple moving average here, which comes into play at 12,861. Taking a look at the British pound, we saw this morning UK CPI rose from 9.1% to 9.4%, a new 40-year high. It came in slightly above expectations, but that being said, we've seen a mixed reaction from the British pound since the numbers were released. In the last few hours, we've seen a decline in the pound versus the Swiss franc and also the US dollar. But in the last few hours, we've actually seen a bit of a rally in the pound versus the euro.